back to my channel. So today, it is the much awaited speed reviews video. Honestly, we're breaking this up into 2 videos because I have way too many products because I don't know how to remember how to do these because I get so wrapped up in trying products that I forget to actually talk about them. And I'm sorry, and I'm gonna get better about that in the future, but today I'm gonna be breaking it up in 2 different videos. So this is the first one, and then I'll have another one coming out right after this one, like a couple days or something like that. Within the same week of each other is the hope. I'm gonna be speeding as fast as I can through all these products and tell you my thoughts. These are products that I have tried within the past 6 months. So pretty much from January to now. He looks like an old man. So everything that I've tried in these speed reviews videos are things that I have tried within the past 6 months. So pretty much from January till now. Honestly, I have been planning to film this video for a very long time. It's very hard for me to focus right now with my dog looking like some sort of Yoda creature or like Dobby or something back there. He's just staring at me. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get to the first half, and then I'll do another video to finish it off, and then I can finally put all this stuff away because they have been sectioned off away from the rest of my drawers so I can remember exactly what to talk about. I've got a lot of exciting things, guys. So let's start off with the Jaclyn cosmetic stuff that I tried. I only got 2 things from her recent launch with her mom, but I did snag the most important thing in my opinion, which is the eyeshadow palette. I just got the regular eyeshadow palette. I didn't really want the ones with all the moms, not because I don't care. I just don't know those moms. I'd rather be able to customize my palette and put my mom on it or something. But this is the palette. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you have. Everything that Jaclyn releases always has a lot of buzz around it, whether it's good or bad buzz. I was pleasantly really surprised with this. I had tried her Morphe palette, her original Morphe palette years ago, but I was not too impressed with that one because it was almost like the shades were too pigmented and they didn't come off the same color that they were in the pan. This, however, is an excellent palette. These are her mom's favorites, so maybe that's why I jazz with them a little bit more because they're a little bit more cool toned, more neutral, not so orangey and warm. So I love this. My most used shade is none other than Peanty Butter. Gosh, sorry. It's Peanty Butter, and it's a very neutral shade, as you can see. I also really like Farm Girl, and then Meat and Potatoes over here is my go-to shimmer shade. The shimmers in here are not super punchy, but I like that. I'm not big into wearing super punchy shimmer shades every single day, especially when I go to an office. I feel like it's a little bit, loud, but I really loved this. I really love it. It's one of my most used palettes now. Of course, being that Jaclyn is who she is, why don't these ever have mirrors? It's fine. I do really love this. I've even dipped into this shade, Moo, this olivey army green, and then Tootsie. Really love every shade in this palette. It's just it's such a good palette. It's such a good basic palette. I think Jaclyn and her mom did an excellent job on this. And I was pleasantly surprised, and honestly, I traveled with this to West Palm Beach because I like it so much, and I ended up using it quite a lot down there. So then I also got one of the lip liners that she launched with her mom, and this is in the shade Hope. So that's what it looks like. In my personal opinion, it's a little bit too peachy. It almost looks better on the camera than it does in person. It kind of washes me out. The formula is great. I'm just not the biggest fan of this color. That was obviously my fault, but if you're like me and you're thinking, oh, that would be so cute on a light hair blonde person, and you're like, oh, this is the color that I was expecting on the cap, and this is the color you get. They're not quite the same thing. So I was a little underwhelmed with that, but the formula is nice. I usually just kind of use this in the center of my lips and not as my all over lip liner because it kind of just really washes me out and kind of makes me look like I have a clown mouth or something. It's very not flattering. So L'Oreal just came out with some bronzers in their Freshwear line. I could not get my hands on these fast enough. I knew these were coming, and the day they launched, click in my Amazon cart, bought 2 different shades, didn't care, was buying 2 different shades because I wanted one for my fair skin and I wanted one for my self-tan skin because I was like, I bet you I'm gonna love these. What do you know, I do. They are excellent. There are quite a lot of shades in this. I got it in the shades Fair, I think that's what it is. Yeah, 200 Fair. Perfect for like how my skin is now. Such a pretty color, so blendable and so soft. I love it with this brush. Let me find it. This is the M Cosmetics brush. I don't know, it just came like with an M Cosmetics purchase, which we'll get to. I love this brush for this. For any bronzer, this is so good. Blends so nicely. I also really love the Ulta Beauty brush. I can't talk about this enough. This brush is amazing, by the way. Also a speed reviews. This brush, I believe it's just the bronzer brush. Yeah, Bronzer 21, such a good brush. Perfect for bronzing all over. It makes it look very natural and very nice. And it works so well with this bronzer. I love it. I actually am realizing, oh, that is so funny. Do these not? So they come in the same package that their powders do that I love, and there's like a little hole with nothing in it. But I also got it in the shade light medium. This is obviously my self tanner shade. Let me show you them side by side. So there's a slight difference, as you can see. You can tell this one's a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit cooler, and then this one's a little bit deeper. I love these. One of my most used bronzers of all time. I can't get enough of the Fresh Wear line from L'Oreal. Definitely purchase these. You will not be disappointed. This caught my eye in the store, and it's the NYX Born to Glow highlighter. First of all, I believe it is a dupe for something, and that'll be featured in my upcoming dupes video most likely. But it is this pretty highlighter. Now, I was not necessarily drawn to the glitter side, although I do think it's pretty. I would use this for a shadow. But this subtle highlight, oh, it's so good. I just knocked everything over because it's so good. So there's obviously the subtle one and the glittery one. First of all, that would be gorgeous as an eyeshadow. Why haven't I tried that yet? But these are so soft and blendable. This gives the most natural highlight, and I'm finding that I really, really love that, especially for work, because I don't want it to come in, I don't want to go in looking like I'm a clown and like have so much makeup on or whatever, so I try to keep it minimal, at least in my mind. And I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite highlighters to do that. It's been excellent. I can't get enough of it. Because the Sephora VIB sale happened semi-recently, it was in April, it was 2 months ago, I decided to try a bunch of foundations, and one of those was the Makeup Forever foundation. This is the new one, the HD Skin, and then I've tried a couple more, but let's start off with this one. This one was like very highly anticipated because it was supposed to, you know, replace their old formula of this, and I was a little bit underwhelmed with this. Also, I think it potentially clogs my pores. I know somebody of somebody where this made her completely break out in like almost like a rash of pimples, if that makes sense. And it did not do that to me, but I do think it clogs my pores. I think there's something in here that's really like bothering my sensitive skin. I like it. Would I repurchase it? No. Do I wish I had gotten the mini size of this? Yes. Now I have a whole bottle of it, and it's just okay. It's really good for like, you know, night makeup, like where you want like the fullest coverage and maybe going for a little bit of a more sexy eye, and you want the full coverage to go with it. But for me, it's not something I would wear every day, and it kind of can settle into smile lines and fine lines and stuff like that in not the most flattering way, so it definitely will never knock out my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear foundation or anything like that. So I was underwhelmed. That's really how I feel. I also tried the One Size Turn Up the Base BBB cream. So this is the Beauty Blur Balm by Patrick Starr's line, of course. First of all, I love the packaging. I did not know that it did that, and you squeeze it out from there. I think that is amazing. I like it, but like 2015 Monica would have liked this more. It's very matte. It's not super natural looking, which is kind of, I guess, what I was expecting from a BBB cream, but it does claim to be blurring, and it is, but it's definitely a foundation, not like a balm. To me, like, it has like pretty decent coverage. It's a little bit on the dry side for me. I do have combination of dry skin, even in the summer. It does get a little bit more oily in the summer, but so I do have that to deal with. It's not like I have super oily skin. I think that if you had oily skin, you would love this. It's got great coverage. It didn't break me out or anything like that. It's just too matte. It really is just too matte. And so for that reason, I'm out. No, I'm just kidding. Shark Tank. Okay. But for that reason, it's just not a favorite for me. Then I decided to try the Beauty Blender Bounce Tint This is something that Tati was like raving about. I really do like it. I do think perhaps I got it in a shade. Like on camera, when I'm doing it like this, it looks like it would match really well, but it almost makes me look a little bit pasty. And I got this in the shade light too, so maybe going down a shade. I don't know. The thing about skin tints is I do feel like the shade matters more than like companies like to admit, because I feel like it makes me look a little washed out. However, I do really like this product. I think it's very, very pretty, and just, I don't know, it's just super like your skin but better, but you can also build it up if you want to. It reminds me a lot of the L'Oreal, what's it called? I always forget this when I'm about to say it. The L'Oreal one that looks like this in the bottle. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. I really, really love this. I've been using it quite a lot. I just really think maybe I need to get another shade or mix it with something. See how that, oh, maybe I'll mix it with the L'Oreal one. Maybe that'll be like a dream team combo or something. I also tried out the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. I called this the Kosas Revealer Foundation forever. I don't know why. This is a little bit too light for me. It's like, you can kind of see it in here. It's just like a half a shade too light. It does make me look a little bit ghostly. I've heard a lot of people love this. It's not really my favorite. I think it's just okay, but I wouldn't repurchase it. I think it's a little bit overpriced, and you can find stuff at the drugstore that's similar to it and even better. So I'll use it up, but I'm not gonna repurchase it or anything like that. I got this Say Star Glow Illuminator in the Sephora sale. I'm gonna pump it out a little bit. A lot of people have liked this. Of course, you know, Michaela made a video about it and then everybody bought it. It's like so pretty. I love it. Actually, you know what I love to do with this is mix it with the Catrice Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. If you want a little bit more dew to that, try mixing it with this. It's really, really good. Of course, the Pretty Natural is like a sixth of this price, at least of the big one. I think this was like $15 for the mini, but it's one of my favorite ways to add a little bit more glow to my skin. I love the Catrice one without mixing it with anything like this, but it is fun to like play with stuff like that sometimes. It's really pretty. It adds a nice glow. It's not super sparkly or anything, at least not in my experience, just glowy, like a lit from within glow. I think it is so, so pretty, and I love it. I did try quite a lot of stuff from Ulta Beauty. First, let's talk about their bronzer. I have really been getting into the bronzers. I've got this Ulta Beauty Faux Glow Matte Bronzer. I have this in 2 shades, but I can't find one of them right now. This is actually in their medium to deep. This, oh my gosh. It's very, very similar to the Maybelline City Bronzer. It's so pretty. I love it. I can't believe more people don't talk about the Ulta Beauty line because it is so good. Like, I haven't found really one thing from their line that I was like, that really sucks, you know? So this is excellent. I have it in a couple different shades. I've just started doing that with bronzers. Like, if I buy them in the summer, I buy them in a couple different shades because I never quite know when I'm going to be self-tanning. And I always want to have a bronzer that works for my darker skin complexion when I'm self-tanned. So I do have this in the lightest shade and this shade. Such a pretty bronzer, so smooth, so blendable, just absolutely perfect. Then if you have watched any of my videos, you know that I really love the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer, and I saw this when we were in West Palm Beach, and it is the Ulta Beauty Tinted Eye Primer. Probably like, what's the difference? Because that's what I was like. Let me tell you. It has a little bit of a glow. It's in the shade Champagne. This is the prettiest. I wish I had put it on my eyes today. I'm just wearing like, just like a regular eyeshadow, but it's so pretty. If I had known about this for my wedding day, oh yeah, I would have totally grabbed this and used it. It's got this beautiful moussey texture. I just placed it on my eyes, like kind of where you see the shimmer now. And it is just the prettiest shimmer wash. Like, it's not super shimmery, but it's got a light, just a glow. It is so good. $12. This will last you forever, by the way. I'm really loving the Ulta stuff. I have to keep wiping stuff off my hands so I don't get it on my shirt and stuff. Then I tried the Ulta Beauty Oh My Glow bronzer. This is a stick bronzer. I just talked about this in my collab video I did with Daisy, and I was like, this is one of my favorite summer things, like summer products. It's a little bit warm. Don't let it scare you. I love to get this brush. This is the e.l.f. Putty Primer brush. It's like a mini version of their Ultimate Blending Brush, and I love to just go in right here and then just go from there. It is so good. I can't believe more people don't talk about this. It's so cute and compact too, and it lasts a long time. It is so pretty on the skin. If you know me also at all, I love under eye correctors, And so I decided to try a couple and we're gonna talk about those right now. So the one from Ulta Beauty's line, which I didn't even know they had, it's called the Under Eye Brightener. I have it in the shade light to medium. This is it right here. Very undetectable. I love it. It's in a stick form. I love it. I love under eye correctors, and this one is such just a nice neutralizer. You'd think it would be too light for your under eyes, but remember, it's just an under eye corrector, so it kind of just conceals your dark circles. And it's, why aren't more people talking about Ulta Beauty stuff? I love it. So the last thing that we're gonna talk about from Ulta Beauty, because I am talked about quite a lot, is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Blush. This is in the shade Tiger Lily. You guys, you have to try these. This is such a good blush. It's like got a little bit of a glow. You can almost skip highlighter with it, but it's not like, it's a very subtle highlight. And I love it. I know that they have like more matte versions in this line, I believe, but this one is like my favorite so far. I did buy another shade. It's like more for the winter. I think I put it up, so I'm not gonna talk about it, but it is so good. This is the last time we're gonna talk about under eye correctors, but I also bought these in the store for a VIB sale, and they are both from Bobbi Brown. And it's the Bobbi Brown Correction Stick and the Bobbi Brown Corrector. I got these both in the shade Light Bisque. I saw somebody on one of Jessica Braun's videos being like, you have to try the stick version, and I hadn't even tried the pot version, and I bought both because I just love under eye correctors so much. One of my favorites is the Charlotte Tilbury one. I also really like one from Tarte. This is the stick one, and this is the potted one. They're pretty much the exact same color. They're basically supposed to be the exact same color, but they are pretty much the exact same formula. Just one's in a stick and one's in like a little container. I love these. They're so worth the hype. So let's real quick talk about the Rare Beauty mascara. I briefly mentioned this in my summer faves video. This is so good. It is so good. I'm wearing it today. It's beautiful. It's like everything that I want in a mascara. It makes your eyelashes long. It makes them fluttery. You have volume. It doesn't flake. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't run. I've cried with this on, and it takes a lot of tears for it to come off, and I sweated with it on, and it doesn't transfer at all. It really is just an amazing mascara. I'm definitely gonna be repurchasing it. And it is by far the best thing from Rare Beauty's line so far. So I have a couple of different companies now. A lot of their products like within all the companies. Does that make any sense? Probably not. I've got some stuff from Merit to talk about, some stuff from M Cosmetics, and some stuff from Sigma. So let's start off with the stuff from Merit. So I still am so honored that I got to do this. I got to do a sponsored video with Merit a couple months back, and it gave me the opportunity to do a focused portion on their newly launched lipstick, and then like kind of try their other products that they have in the line. And let me tell you, I am not upset that I tried them because, oh my. So the video was about the Lip Signature lipstick. I actually have it in a different color, but it's actually at work right now. This is in the shade Slip, which is the color I tried in the video. And then I tried the shade Baby. I bought the shade Baby in the Sephora VIB sale, and these two lipsticks are some of my most used lipsticks. I wear them to work, I wear them to date night, I wear them wherever because they are so good, they're so comfortable, but they do not budge. It is the most incredible lipstick formula because they're not flat matte and super drying. They're not even matte, they transfer, but they don't like move all over your face. And I am so impressed with them, and I love the packaging. It's beautiful. I love the whole aesthetic of Merit. They're just very simplistic and just pretty. I cannot get enough of this lipstick. I hope that they make even more shades because I will be growing my collection. And this is, but by the way, this video is not sponsored, so I'm not just gushing about it because I'm like, oh, they'll pay me. No, I am gushing about it because it truly is amazing, and I love this lipstick. It's one of my favorites of all time now. Then I also tried their mascara, and I really liked it in the video. I actually really love the wand. I kind of stopped using it for a while because I've actually tried a lot of lipsticks since then. A lot of mascaras since then, and I kind of forgot about it. But then I started watching Mikkel Jancy, and this is her favorite mascara, and I was like, oh, let me try it again. So I did, and it's one of my favorite, more natural mascaras. The Rare Beauty has a little bit more of an oomph, but I do reach for this one a lot for work because it is just, it just opens your eyes, and you have a really pretty like butterfly effect, but it's not super overpowering. My friend Melissa would really love this mascara, I believe, because she's a little bit more of a natural lash girl. I'm a little high maintenance. She's a little bit lower maintenance. I really think that she would love this, and I really like it, and I would definitely repurchase it because it's really good. Hi, Bailey. So then I tried the Merit Tinted Lip Oils. I have it in the shade Taupe and Au Naturel. My favorite is the shade Taupe. This one feels a little bit peachier almost. I really do like these. They're super comfortable. I like to wear them over the Merit lipstick, over just lip liner. I think these are so pretty. They have such a nice tint. Actually, this one could go right over the top of what I'm wearing right now. And honestly, you know what I really like about these is that in my experience, these have not caused my lipstick to rub off faster or mess with the pigment or anything like that, and I really, really like it. That's usually how I wear them. Sometimes I wear them on their own, but typically because I have small lips, I have to at least line them because then they like don't exist. It's really annoying. But I really do love these. It looks like a melting snowman. So then I tried the Merit Eyebrow Gel. I liked this. This is a super big spoolie. That was the kind of a complaint. It was kind of hard to work with. I mean, I was able to, but it almost put way too much product on my eyebrows. And because of that, I think that it's just not perfect for me. It's a little bit too dark or something. So it's okay, and I'll use it up. But because of the shade alone, I probably wouldn't repurchase it. I do like the formula, but with the shade, it just can make me look a little bit caterpillar-ish. So then the last thing I tried were like these complexion sticks. I actually got them in 2 different shades. One is this silk shade, and it's more of like my fair skin tone. And then I also got it in a deeper shade to try to use like a cream bronzer. It's a shade Suede. And this is actually a really pretty cream bronzer. The only thing is just because of the way it's fitted, I found that with cream bronzer, if it's in a stick form, I like to like swirl my brush in it like I was talking about with the Ulta Beauty one. This one I don't have that much capability, but I have mixed these before to match my skin when it's a little bit darker, and it's been wonderful. I like doing that a lot on the weekends when I like maybe don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup because I've worn a lot of makeup all week. So these have been really good for that. I've kind of just been like pulling them out and just applying really quickly, and it kind of perfects my face. And sometimes I don't even put eye makeup on, and I'm just like out the door, but at least I feel a little bit more perfected. I really like these for that reason. I wouldn't say they're the longest lasting in comparison to like something like the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, which is a true foundation. These probably last a good 8 hours for me, whereas the L'Oreal Infallible lasts a ridiculously long amount of time. But I do really love these, and they're great for like people who are a little bit more natural all the time, or you want something a little less coverage when you're like, you know, trying to have a chill day, but you still want something to make you look a little bit more put together. So let's do M Cosmetics. I have quite a few things here. I would like to say that I didn't know that the founder of M Cosmetics was like part of a cult or something. I read that somewhere, like, I don't know, probably about a couple weeks ago. I didn't know that, but let's talk about our makeup. So I tried quite a lot. Let's start off with the eyeshadow palette. This is the Divine Skies eyeshadow palette in Rodin. I love this palette. I can't get it open because my nails are long and I don't want to break them. There we go. Okay. This is such a pretty palette. I adore this. Like, this is, if I had to have just a couple palettes, this would be one of them, and like the Maybelline Nudes of New York. This is such a great palette. I use every single one of these shades pretty regularly. Of course, this is my most used shade, and this is like my second most used shade because those are like the easiest everyday eyes. But I love this like rosier tone, and it's got like a matching shade. I love that each of these like are across from the shades that fit them most, so, or fit them best. So like this one goes with this one goes with this one, and this one goes with this one. I love this. I can't say enough good things about it. It's one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I was so excited when she came out with a more neutral-ish toned one and less warm, because a lot of them are either really pinky or really warm. This one has a little bit of pink, but it's mostly neutral, and I'm obsessed. I also picked up like a single shadow. These are called the Cosmic Pearl Dewy Shadows. This is in the shade Luna, and I know Jessica Braun has really talked about like these eyeshadows. I really like them, but I think I was expecting a little bit more. As you can see, it kind of gets like weird looking in the pan, but I do really like them. I just didn't like them as much as I thought I would. So I don't know if I would like buy another shade, but this shade I really dig, and it can take your eyeshadow game up a notch but like it's not as amazing as I thought it was. So then I did also get like a baked highlighter. This is the Sunscape highlighter and I got it in the shade Clarity. This is what it looks like. You can see it has like a dome. This is like a rose gold shade. This is the prettiest subtle highlight. It's not necessarily subtle in a bad way. Like you could pack a punch if you layered it a little bit, but I like how subtle it is because it just adds such a nice glow to my face. I love it. I've been wearing this a lot. I'm not wearing it today. I'm actually wearing another highlighter that we're gonna talk about here in a second, but it is so pretty. It's almost like a rose gold champagne mix. So then I also tried their Rose Milk liquid blush. Honestly, wasn't super impressed with this. It picks up my foundation like crazy. No matter what foundation I'm wearing, it almost to me has the texture of like a lip gloss, which is weird. It's not sticky, but it's got that same kind of base, if you know what I mean. It's really pretty and it's got this cute little bottle. By the way, this bottle is not very functional. Like the product does not go up into this little thing like it's supposed to. So it's just pretty much just aesthetically pleasing. I just wasn't super thrilled with the blush. It picks up, it's got a weird texture in my opinion. So I probably will declutter this in the future. So just saying. Then I got a blush and this is the Heaven's Glow blush and this is in Baroque. This, on the other hand, is gorgeous. This is where it's at. This is the prettiest blush. It's got a little bit of a glow, but not like too much of a glow, just the perfect amount of glow. I take it on my Angie Hot and Flashy brush. It's the A507. And these two together, actually this brush with any blush is like a power combo because this brush is amazing, but this is so pretty. Like I've never seen a color quite like this anywhere else. That might be what gets me, is the color and the sheen. It's so pretty. I did try the very famous M Cosmetics bronzer. I got it in the shade Terra. First of all, yes, that's a very dark shade, but the lightest shade was super orange, at least online. So it does blend out to like, it becomes sheerer, but for me, it picks up my foundation. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem. No matter what foundation I wear, I've tried it with several. And as much as I love this color, I really think it picks up. I think this would be better to go under foundation and kind of work backwards in that way or in a reverse style, because to be honest, it just picks up. It blends really nicely, but it picks up. So therefore the blending doesn't matter because then it just looks patchy regardless of if it actually is patchy or not. Then M Cosmetics just came out with a brand new bronzer. I was able to purchase it before making this video because this video was probably never gonna happen. Just kidding, but it felt like it. So I got their new Corselet Sculpting Powder Bronzer. This is in the shade Slip. Y'all, this, the L'Oreal one that I just talked about, and another one I'm gonna talk about, are my favorite bronzers right now. Oh yeah, and the Ulta one. I am obsessed with this. Like, it is so pricey. It's probably not worth it, and it doesn't swatch very well, but it's so smooth. And honestly, this also works amazingly with this brush and the Ulta Beauty. These are my like favorite bronzer brushes right now. This actually came with purchase with this. It is so smooth. It blends out so easily. It's so smooth. It's so pretty. I can't say enough good things about it. It's like $40 though, which is crazy. You could definitely find a bronzer elsewhere that is just as good as this for less money. But it is really, really great. And I honestly cannot lie because I have been loving it and using it a lot. These products are so exciting. These are both the M Cosmetics Infinite Lip Cloud. So I actually have another one of these also at work, but I bought that one and was like, oh my gosh, I immediately had it like a memory, and it was at the Bare Minerals Gen Nude, I don't know, like moussey lipstick. It had a real name. I'll try to find the name of it. It's discontinued now, and I was so disappointed when it was discontinued. These smell and perform and look exactly like that. Right here, I have the shade Morning Mocha and Cashmere Cream. I love these. I love to use these together. They're amazing. I love them. They're so comfortable. They do transfer, but I don't care because they're so good and they remind me exactly of the Bare Minerals Gen Nude lipstick that got discontinued like 4 years ago, and I forever have been trying to replace it. And I finally found the replacement. These are so good. So then I have the M Cosmetics Pick Me Up Mascara. This is more of a natural mascara. It's a very wet formula. not my most favorite. I definitely, if I were going for something a little bit more natural, which is the kind of look that this gives for me, I would go with the Merit mascara because it's pretty much what I was expecting from this but didn't quite get. This just has too wet of a formula. And it's taking a long time to dry out because I've had this for like 2 months now and it's still quite wet. So yeah, it's just okay, but honestly, I would just kind of bypass on this one. So lastly, in this part, we're gonna talk about some Sigma products real quick. I had not tried Sigma until now. I started watching Kelly Gooch and she talks about them a lot and I was like, fine, I guess I'll try them out. So I got their most recent eyeshadow palette, which is the new Mod eyeshadow palette. It obviously comes with its own brush. I got this, you guys, I can't stop using this. One of my favorite looks I've created, like within the past couple of years, has stemmed from this palette. I use this shade, and this shade, and sometimes this shade, and these like 4 together create the prettiest look. And then you've got this pretty iridescent color called Avant-Garde. So pretty, so like unicorn-esque. I love it. This palette is so good. It's so good. It just creates the prettiest eyeshadow look. No matter what look I'm going for, this always just comes through so hard. It's so good. It reminds me of like a modern take on modern Renaissance. Tried another color corrector. I think I might have said earlier that I was done, but I'm not. The last one for real is this Sigma, what is this, color correcting duo. Oh my gosh, it comes with 2 color correctors. You guys, this is so good. It's so good. That was a terrible swatch, but the idea behind this is you can mix them, you can use them on different parts of your face depending on if you're wanting lighter or darker or whatever. I love to use this on my eyelids if I'm going for an even more natural look. Their packaging is pretty much all rose gold and I'm in love. And I love this. It's so compact, so perfect. Honestly, I'm so obsessed with all of the color correctors that I'm talking about in today's video. I've got a bronzer here. This is the other bronzer I have been digging really for sure. Okay, that was a terrible sentence, but I've really been loving this. It's the matte bronzer and it's in the shade Light. I love this. I'm wearing it today. My makeup's been on for a really long time, but my bronzer is still popping. It looks so good. It blends so well. This and the M Cosmetics one are so similar, and kind of the L'Oreal one, but they've all got a little bit of a different undertone. I've just been kind of using them interchangeably because they're all so good. So that was a long video, which means I pretty much have another one of these to film because I did this to myself and waited way too long to film this speed reviews. I'm so sorry. I just got consumed by the makeup and I drowned in it and I wasn't paying attention to how much I actually was trying out. But I hope you guys liked the first part of this speed reviews video, and I hope that you will watch the next one as well. So you can see all of my thoughts on all of these products I've tried within the past half of the year, which is crazy. We're already almost to Christmas in my mind. Pretty much like half a year. We made it this far, we can make it to Christmas kind of a thing. I don't know, kind of like thought process, I guess. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that notification bell down below, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you have your notification bells on for sure though, so you know when the next part of this speed review series goes up. For now, that is it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!